partition walls are the color of oatmeal. I sit within this three-sided cage. The carpet tiles are a map of nowhere. I adjust the stapler 3 degrees left. This is my architecture of refusal. I measure the afternoon in millimeters, counting the minutes. The fluorescent light hums a flat B natural. It is a geometry of paper clips. Tiny revolution in the silence of the Vation. I am building a monument to nothing, a curated landscape of the mundane. The regional manager speaks in acronyms. His necktie is a desperate cry for help. I respond with a nod of fiend interest while aligning my pens by color and weight. The fountain pen is a heavy weapon. I place it exactly parallel to the ledger. Perfect symmetry. We are optimizing the void today. Outside, the ivy is strangling the brickwork. Nature is reclaiming the loading dock. I could walk through the revolving doors, but the stationery drawer is finally tidy. It is the only thing I can control. The only thing. It is a geometry of paper clips. Silence of the ventilation. I am building a monument to nothing, a curated landscape of the mundane. 5 o'clock is a distant country. The stapler points toward the exit. Everything is exactly where it belongs. Is a calcified ribbon, unwinding past the cooling towers of Newark. A billboard for a film stock once populace 70s. I am driving a Swedish sedan with high mileage. The upholstery smells like damp wool and discipline. Past the refinery with orange lick against a charcoal sky. At the service plaza, named for a dead senator. We are temporary neighbors by the condiments. A mutual nod over the Salt-Sate interstate. Mechanical and perfectly indifferent. I watch a woman in a plaid Macintosh, counting her change for a packet of raisins. The architecture here is brutalist and beige, constructed during the height of we share a glance in the vestibule. Neither of us mentions the humidity or the price of unleaded. We are simply moving pieces on a grid. At the service plaza, named for a dead senator. We are temporary neighbors by the condiments. A mutual nod over the Salt-Sate interstate. Mechanical and perfectly indifferent. At the service plaza, named for a dead senator. We are temporary neighbors by the condiments. A mutual nod over the Salt-Sate interstate. Mechanical and perfectly indifferent. Perfectly indifferent. Indifferent. The odor mirror clicks. The heat is real, the heat is honest, so honest. I don't trust what I can't weigh. I don't trust the invisible air. Place the leader on the block, find the groove, the silver groove. Take the industrial razor, single edge, only carbon steel, only carbon. 45-degree angle, diagonal, precise, a clean separation. Your file's a ghost, they live in a fake sky. They have no scent, they have no body. Nobody. I like the hiss of the floor, I like the brown oxide flakes sticking to my thumb. I am a surgeon of plastic, I am a master of the joint. Align the edges, apply the adhesive strip, press hard, rub out the bubbles. The physical connection is made. It clicks through the rollers, click, click. The sound is a solid object. The blue masking tape is peeling at the corner. The blue masking tape is peeling at the corner. I used a Sharpie for maximum contrast. My name is written and the dented rubber seal. It's a lynchable warning. The shared interior is 38 degrees Fahrenheit. My almond milk sits beside your leaking vinaigrette. A stagnant pool of oil and balsamic vinegar, like an oil slick in the Gulf of Mexico. The level of the liquid has descended 2 inches lower than yesterday morning. I have calculated the rate of it is a steady rhythm subtraction. Such a petty larceny. Do you feel the cold carton in your palm? Does the refill the cold carton in your palm? Does the recycled plastic feel like an inheritance? You are consuming my minerals and vitamins. My calcium is strengthening your vertebrae. My calcium is strengthening your vertebrae while I sit at my desk with dry cereal. There is a theology to the break room, a hierarchy of Tupperware and glass jars. Thou shalt not touch the Caesar dressing unless your name is Janet from accounting. Janet sees everything. I imagine your parasols is at the water cooler, the stolen molecules moving through your gut, a biological theft occurring in real time beneath your iron polyester blend shirt. It is a quiet invasion. In the year 1998 in Duluth, my mother labeled my lunch with similar fervor. She used a thermal printer from the hardware stores from the bullies in the yard. Now I am 34 and nothing has changed. The world is still full of grasping hands and unwashed spoons in the stainless steel sink. Old is growing. The expiration date is coming for us all. Please respect the boundaries of the middle shelf. Replace the cap until it clicks shut. I have noted the discrepancy in the volume. I am watching the Menix drop. Do not me write a second note. I am watching, I am always watching the ink is permanent, even if the milk is not. The odometer clicked over another 1,000 miles, somewhere between Salina and the state line. My 1994 Volvo wagon's a slight shudder. I pulled into a station with one working pump. The heat off the asphalt felt like a heavy quill. Heavy quill. Inside the air was thin and smelled of pine. A rotating rack of sunglasses held only dust. I didn't need a map, but I touched one anyway. The inventory here is a slow motion miracle. 3-year-old road atlases and pickled eggs in brine. Everything you never knew you needed on a Tuesday afternoon in a place you're passing through. A shelf of VH tapes sat fading in the light. Extreme Justice, starring someone I don't recall. Beside a cardboard display of Camel hats, the clerk had a name tag that simply said Earl. He was reading a paperback with the cover torn off. He didn't look up when I set down my soda, not a word. He just rang the total and waited for the cash. The inventory here is a slow motion miracle. 3-year-old road atlases and pickled eggs in brine. Everything you never knew you needed on a Tuesday afternoon in a place you're passing through. The highway is a long ribbon of gray indifference. Earl watches me pay with 5 crumpled singles. We are 2 points on a graph that never meet. I am leaving and he is staying. That is the whole of our temporary arrangement. I bought a bag of jerky and a plastic comb. The jerky was tough as an old leather boot. Back in the car, the engine groaned to life. I saw Earl through the window, staring at the pumps, waiting for the next set of tires to crunch the gravel. The sun shifted a fraction of a degree. Salina is a memory in the rear view now. The Volvo is humming a flat middle C. Just the road and the things Earl has for sale. I sit in the black mesh, adjusting the lever again. The lumber hits a new place. My spine feels like paper, turning toward the window. The light is flat and gray. Flat and gray. The ergonomic dream, finding the right angle, finding the angle, waiting for the tilt. Waiting for the tilt, waiting for the tilt. The bag of salt stays hanging, stuck behind the plastic door. You talk about the synergy. I look at the pattern on the rug. Everything is moving slowly in a circle near the desk. Near the desk. The ergonomic dream, finding the right angle, finding the angle, waiting for the tilt, waiting for the tilt, waiting for the tilt. tilt. It is happening, losing my shape, it goes away, it goes away. Tubes. My skin is a bad color, antiseptic on the floor. My eyes are leaking fluid. Wait. The floor is very white. The floor is very cold. I am standing in the milk. It's wet. Everything is in a row. Explosive, distorted guitars, 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗡 trumpet accents, beep, beep, beep. The fluorescent light, it eats my head. Beep, 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 beep. So what? Cans of corn in a line, yellow faces looking back. The label says it is food. I think I am a label too. Maybe. My vest is made of plastic. My hands are made of salt. I forgot what I was buying. I forgot how to leave. Heavy distortion. 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗡 trumpet accents, beep, beep, beep. The fluorescent light, it eats my head. Beep, 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 beep. Whatever. Tear the plastic, bleed the plastic, 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 plastic. It's too bright in here. It's too clean in here. I am dirty. Maximum volume. Beep, 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 beep. The fluorescent light, it eats my head. Beep, 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 beep. I don't care. One more item. Beep, beep, end. Chequea el pulso. Oye. El tiempo no perdona. Solo observa cómo se mueve. Dale. Directo desde el taller. Siente la presión. Mírale los discos girar. Tic-tac, tic-tic-tac. El péndulo no sabe parar. No va a frenar. Es pura fricción en el metal. Si el calor. Tu cuerpo y la máquina igual. Somos lo mismo. Tornillo apretado contra el eje. Busco el aceite que te despeje. Esa cuerda floja te tiene mal. Cuidado, cuerda floja te tiene mal. Cuidado con el golpe del metal. Ruedas dentadas muerden la calma. Tengo la llave que sana tu alma. Un resorte que salta de repente. Cuidado que el cobre está caliente. Muévete rítmica, muévete seca. Muévete rítmica, muévete seca. Como madera que nunca se peca. Mírale los discos girar. Tic-tac, tic-tic-tac. El péndulo no sabe parar. No va a frenar. Es pura fricción en el metal. Tu cuerpo y la máquina igual. Somos lo mismo. En En el pecho tienes un martillo, golpeando fuerte buscando brillo. No eres de carne, eres de acero. Yo soy el técnico que llegó primero. Te rescato el óxido y la duda. La estructura tuya se queda desnuda. Tu mirada es un cristal quebrado, pero el sistema sigue conectado. Punta de flecha, ritmo constante. Eres un objeto muy elegante. Pausa, escucha el latido. Uno, dos, tres. Se agota la cuerda, se acaba el momento. Mírale los discos girar. Tic-tac, tic-tic-tac. El péndulo no sabe parar. No va a frenar. Es pura fricción en el metal. Si el calor. Tu cuerpo y la máquina igual. Somos lo mismo. La máquina no miente. El abuelo sabía. Mantén el ritmo. No te me oxides ahora. Tic-tac. Se paró. Observe the ossified radius. Iron skeleton mocks the zenith. Ochre crust devours the struts. Carriers dangle like hollow skulls. Wind whistles through the cage. A vertical cemetery of commerce. The vertical cemetery of commerce. The merchant of mirth has fled, left his ledger in the mud. Ticket stubs dissolve under acidity. The arc of vanity remains frozen, a clock that only counts entropy. Children's laughter, a chemical residue, staining the asphalt below, staining the asphalt below. No salvation in the rotation. The axle groans with the weight of time, the heavy weight. Petrified luxury for the masses, crumbling under the indifferent atmosphere. Stagnate. The metal god is silent, silent. Broken circle, vertical rot. The crown of rust descends. Tension. The potion is prepared. Proceed to the white room. Proceed to the white room. Maintain the performance. Keep it professional, highly professional. Fluorescent tubes buzz. Buzz, buzz. Plastic stirrer clicks. Powdered milk snows. It falls in the dark. It falls in the dark. The dark hot pool. Hot pool. The machine coughs twice. Paper cup sweating in my hand. How is your morning? Fine, and you? Don't look too long. Don't look too long. The polite machine, so polite. The break is a stage, and we is a stage, and we are the actors. Free your brain from the spreadsheet. Bring it down. Dance for the beam. The black bean juice, it hits the blood. The high vibrates. How is your morning? Fine, and you? Fine, you? Doing great. Fine, and you? Fine, you? Keep the rhythm, keep the mind, and you? Fine, you? Stir it up, stir it, throw the trash, throw it back to the desk. The ritual holds, it holds. The one, the one. The soap on the glass says 3 grand flat. Cracked vinyl bites into the back of my legs. A row of rusted fenders watching the sun sink. Faded stickers for a park I never visited. I am sitting in a ghost of someone's best year, waiting for a key that probably won't turn. Ooh, won't turn. And I am tumbling like paper on the road, a greasy bag caught in a high-speed draft, empty of everything I used to hold, just a scrap of nothing on the blacktop, looking for a ditch to call my own. Call my own. The drone of the tires is the only song I know. White lines blurring into one long gray ribbon. I left my heavy heart in a box by the door. Now I am lighter than I ever wanted to be. The dashboard clock is stuck on a different time. Before the vinyl tore and the spirit went thin. Went so thin. And I am tumbling like paper on the road, a greasy bag caught in a high-speed draft, empty of everything I used to hold, just a scrap of nothing on the blacktop, looking for a ditch to call my own. Wash me clean of the miles I have gathered, lest I be found wanting at the end of the line. It is a long way down to the soft shoulder, but the wind is the only thing that moves me now. Moves me now. High, 46 tooth, thinner in hand, 70% humidity today. Coat lifting under the blade. Angle the wrist exactly 10 degrees. Remove the weight from the shoulder, total focus on the top applying. Keep it straight. Precision is my only friend. The judge is watching my grip, but the cowbell saves my mind. Strike the steel. Rhythm keeps my vision clear. Strike the steel. One beat for every snip. One strike for every curl. I am the master of the ring. Scissoring the hawk with care. Blown out to maximum volume. Miss the coat with finishing spray. No stray hairs on the table. Define the neck and the chest. Anatomical perfection and white. The dog stands like a statue. Hold your breath. I ignore the ticking clock. Only the bell tells the truth because the cowbell saves my mind. Strike the steel. Rhythm keeps my vision clear. Strike the steel. One beat for every snip. One strike for every curl. I am the master of the ring. Trumpet stabs increase in frequency. Orchestral strings swell into a wall of sound. The dryer heat is rising. The tension is a physical weight. I hear the metal calling me, louder than the barking crowd, louder than the beating heart. Give me the beat. Give me the focus I demand. The cowbell saves my mind. Strike the steel. Rhythm keeps my vision clear. Strike the steel. One beat for every snip. One strike for every curl. I am the master of the ring. Cowbell solo over frantic bass. Strike it. I am the master. Again. I am the master. The finish is perfect. The shape is divine. Final dissonant trumpet blast. Through the steaming gator skins, Tide Pod smelling like a new shipment, counting silver quarters like they were kilos, stacking them on the folding kilos, stacking them on the folding table. This territory smells like bleach and gain, industrial dryers humming a low flow frequency. I'm looking for the payout in a 4, feed in the slot with cold precision, metal teeth grinding on the currency, selection made, the spiral starts to rotate, vinegar and salt the desired cargo, moving slow like a snitch in irrigation, one rotation from the drop zone, then the gears catch on the plastic, suspended in midair like a bad debt, the bag dangles mocking my authority, the bag dangles mocking my authority. Where's my cut? Pay what you owe. Stuck in the coil, profit out of reach, gravity failing the street logic, plastic window between me and the product. The machine holds the product, the machine holds the bag tight, waiting for a push that never comes, waiting for a push that never comes. Ambition frozen in a metal spiral. Frozen. Right there. I tap the glass with a heavy ring. The plexiglass don't flinch for nobody. The associate behind the counter is silent. He knows the machine is a thief. It takes the tax but keeps the goods. Just like the feds in the 90s, I'm wearing a mink in a steam room, sweating out the frustration of the clog. Every spin cycle sounds like a judgment. Every spin cycle sounds like a judgment. Dirty laundry, getting scrubbed of its sins while my simple pleasure stays incarcerated. Hanging by a corner of cellophane, I can shake the frame until it breaks. But a boss doesn't rattle the cage. But a boss doesn't rattle the cage. He waits for the next man's coin to push his own ambition through the gap. That's the game. Wait for the leverage. Stuck in the coil, profit out of reach, gravity failing the street logic, plastic window between me and the product. The machine holds the product, the machine holds the bag tight, ambition frozen in a metal spiral. Wash, rinse, spin, repeat. We all want the salt and the crunch, but the coil always the only asset. Keep moving,
cut is gone.
Bitumen expanse, sodium vapor pulse, interteminate oscillation, low frequency drone, cooling unit, vibration through rubber soles, asphalt geometry, empty lot, automatic glass slide, opening, closing, close, plastic basket rattle, polish floor, fluorescent wash, aisle 4, sector 7, cardboard box, frozen composite, calogric brick, sodium content high, checkout terminal, laser scan, beep. Poyalele bag, transaction confirmed, plastic card tap, zero eye contact, point of sale complete, bitumen grid, return vector, ignition, internal combustion, moving away, sodium pulse behind, empty space system idling, idle, zero, zero, zero. Torn fabric on the bucket seat, brown stains from a spilled cup, white lines skip like a record, I feel the floorboard shake, counting every crack in the blacktop, my boots are heavy with salt, just a dog in a metal crate, barking at the brake lights, glass burns a hole in my sight, rear view is a white hot knife, dragging this small box home, sun won't let me go, dragging this small box home, 4-cylinder scream in the heat, my knees hit the plastic dash, oil smell thick in the throat, rust eating the passenger door, the air is stagnant and gray, I'm sinking into the foam, a slow crawl through the mud, headache behind the bone, glass burns a hole in my sight, rear view is a white hot knife, dragging this small box home, sun won't let me go, dragging this small box home, stuck in the middle lane, stuck in the same skin, feed the tank, bleed the man. burns a hole in my sight. Rear view is a white hot knife, dragging the small box home. Sun won't let me go, dragging the small box home. The glare never stops, white hot knife, white hot knife. Sit here while the house breathes slow. The cooling box vibrates against the floor. Moonlight catches the dust above the sink. It hangs there like a debt unpaid. I am the only one awake to see it. My skin feels heavy in the kitchen chair, a tired man in a wide dark world. I press my palms against the seed of grain. I feel the oil of hands that came before. I am the ghost left to watch the door. I am the blood that kept the name. Oh, let the wood hold the weight I carry, lest I be found wanting in the light. The scent of old oak fills the dark. It gathers in the joints of the table. My father's grip is in the iron latch. My mother's touch is in the copper handle. They move through here with a quiet grace. Now I am the breath inside the space. I am not a brave man, but I remain. I bear the scars of every winter rain. Wash me clean of the fear of ending. Let the earth remember what I have done. Hold me down until the morning comes. Hold me down until the morning comes. Press my palms against the seed of grain. I feel the oil of hands that came before. I am the ghost left to watch the door. I am the blood that kept the name. Oh, let the wood hold the weight I carry, lest I be found wanting in the light. The dust settles on the empty floor. The cooling box stops its low drone. I am here. I am still here. A single grain of silica rests on velvet. It considers the geometry of a sandwich, crustless and filled with a quiet disappointment. The grain has no opinion on the silver surface. It is merely posing as a lost diamond, watching the chandelier through a film of dust, silica. The social life of a silent particle, turning slowly in the draft of a skirt. Elegant, detached, and perfect still wool carpet, observing the room with a grainy indifference. It discusses the political leanings of a dork knob. The brass is conservative, leaning toward the frame. The grain moves to the oak floorboards, watching the shoes pass like ships in harbor. A silk jacket discarded on a velvet chair. The texture of the air is surprisingly brittle. Wait for the brush, wait for the broom. social life of a silent particle, turning slowly in the draft of a skirt. Elegant, detached, and perfect still wool carpet, observing the room with a grainy indifference. The social life of a silent particle, turning slowly in the draft of a skirt. Elegant, detached, and perfect still wool carpet, observing the room with a grainy indifference. The grain is leaving on the heel of a boot, a new avenue, a different shade of gray, silica.